One question I get asked a lot is when to use oracle cards in your Reiki practice. So, here are my top two ways to use oracle cards in your Reiki practice. You can use oracle cards to enhance your personal practice, and you can use them to support your clients and students. So, my top way to use oracle cards in your Reiki practice is to enhance your own personal practice. So, how would you do that? The first thing you could do is pull a card before you begin a session or class. I often do this for some guidance or inspiration right before I go into a session or right before I teach a class. And you could also pull a card before you practice self Reiki. This could actually be part of your self care ritual. I do it right before I begin my hands on practice, and I contemplate the meaning of the message during my practice. And you could also pull a card anytime for personal guidance. So I carry my cards with me and pull a card whenever I feel the need to check in with my spiritual support system. So, the second top way to use oracle cards in your Reiki practice is to use the cards to support your clients and students. So, just how would you do that? You can use oracle cards in sessions, classes, Reiki shares or circles, as well as card reading sessions. So, how would you use them in sessions? You could pull a card on the behalf of your client or have them choose a card. So, if you're doing a remote session like I do, you can choose a card for your client or have them tell you to stop as you shuffle through the deck, then read the message to them and show them the card if you're on camera, or you could even text them a picture of the card if you're on the phone. If you're in person, it's even easier. You can pull the card on the behalf of your client or give them the deck and have them choose the card. In classes, I typically pull a card for the whole class, and sometimes I even have each student pull a card if we are doing in person classes, or if it's a remote class, I can definitely pull a card for each person as I go. And they can write the message down that they received, or they could even take a screenshot of it. In Reiki shares, I will pull a card at the beginning and use it as the theme of our share for that evening. I also sometimes will offer to pull a card at the end of the share for anyone who wants a message if there's enough time. And that's usually pretty popular. People really love that. And you could also do card reading sessions. So they could be separate from your Reiki sessions. You could offer standalone card reading sessions if you know how to do card spreads and to interpret them. That's pretty easy. And they can be completely separate from your Reiki sessions or as an add on. And what's even better is that they can be done remotely. So if you're doing your sessions on Zoom or something like that, it's really easy to do card sessions there. So let's just recap. My top two ways to use oracle cards in your Reiki practice is one, to enhance your personal practice, which you can do by pulling a card before you begin a session or a class, by pulling a card before practicing self Reiki or whenever you need some guidance, and two, to support your clients and students. And the way you can do this is to use the cards during sessions, during classes and Reiki shares, or by doing separate card reading sessions.